at Collister. For the time being, this is going to be one way I reach out to you as a community. This Sunday, I will be putting out a sermon like this in video format on YouTube, and I'll be emailing that out to you. Feel free to forward this to other individuals whose churches may be canceled and whatnot. So the first thing, I'll talk about eating a little piece of humble pie. So last Sunday, I got up and I said, as long as I'm the pastor at Collister, I will not cancel church. You know, I will be here on Sundays. And then the bishop gave the directive to all the United Methodist churches to close, and now church is closed for the next 2 weeks. So that tells you, that's humbling, right? Probably shouldn't use the word never. Maybe have to keep my mind open when we're dealing with uncharted territories like this new virus. So anyway, in spite of my humility, I really believe this is the right thing to do. For some of you, you don't understand why we're making such a big deal of the coronavirus. For others, you totally understand and are on board. Either way, just know that the intent, the heart of this, is to cancel church for 2 weeks so that we can limit exposure. If we limit exposure, we're going to limit the number of cases, and then we're not going to have a medical system that is inundated with lots of sick folk. We're not going to have the most vulnerable, the sick, the infirm, the elderly getting corona, potentially dying from it. We're trying to minimize that as much as possible. So that's the intent. It's to love our neighbor and to love the most vulnerable. This is not indefinite. 2 weeks, right? We're going to do a 2-week trial and see. I want you to know that Pastor Jenny and I are going to be working to do things like this, to connect you via video. I'm going to be putting sermons out. I will be doing some prayer meetings. I am more than happy to do house visits. I'm happy to try and connect maybe small groups in homes that can continue to connect Collister. But please email me and let me know what you need, or call me and let me know. You might have a neighbor in need during this time. Please let me know. We are reaching out to those that we can identify as maybe the most vulnerable to coronavirus and trying to see maybe I can run to the grocery store, or Jenny or someone else, so that a person doesn't have to be unnecessarily exposed at the store, right? We're trying to take these kinds of steps to make sure we are a church family, a church community that cares for one another, right? And so if that's something that you might need, or maybe you have ideas of needs that the church could meet, please let me know, as we're trying to be a faithful community during this time. A few pieces of housekeeping in the midst of this. It is important that we continue to worship as best we can. To that end, I've emailed you out a few links of churches that live stream, and that you might be able to follow those if you're so inclined on Sunday morning. Also, we still would like to pay the bills at Collister, so you can give online. If you go to the Collister website, in the upper right-hand corner, there is a drop-down menu where you can pay online, donate online. I would really, really welcome your support. Lots of people and organizations and industries are getting hit incredibly hard. I understand some of you are experiencing financial hardship as a result of this. I just ask that you consider donating online as well to keep Collister going through March. I want to thank you for your continued faithfulness. I'm so sorry, that we've had to take these steps, but we want to keep people safe. We want to live into the great commandment to love our neighbor. So, but please reach out, and we'll keep trying to find ways to connect.